The following Showtime entertainment special is suitable for viewing by your entire family.
Welcome to Showtime's What's Up America.
I never was into it until one day I was walking in the store and I spotted it, and I said, wow, that's a really far-out game,
Traditionally, nuts and nutcrackers are considered historical enemies, but here they coexist in quiet contentment. Besides, the nutcracker actually opens the entity of the nut. Nuts have been talking to me since I was a teenager, and they're still talking to me.
We started driving our horses again back and forth from our winter pasture in the Owens Valley up to our pack station operation in Mammoth Lakes about 5 years ago. And we found we had so much fun at it that we went into the business of taking a paying guest with us to pay our way.
This strange-looking invention of David's is called a recumbent bicycle, and it may just be the next revolution in urban transportation. The word recumbent means reclining. Instead of hunching over the handlebars like on a standard bike, you sit back in the seat, like you would in an automobile.
Like we have a saying in our organization, the only space barrier you have to conquer is the one between your ears.
Bigger is the keener, larger is the bolder, higher might be low inside. When you need to lean upon a friendly shoulder, narrow's just as good as wide.
Hello, I'm Jessie Logan, and welcome to another fascinating edition of What's Up America. Most of us remember the old amusement arcades with row after row of pinball machines. Flashing lights, sexy ladies, and ringing bells attracted generations of pinball wizards. Well, this is the arcade of the future, and there isn't a pinball machine in sight. It's called an electronic game center, and we're feeding over $1 billion a year into these new video games.
You can, just get away. Nothing else will keep me out of trouble. I usually spend around $2 a day or so.
Well, I spend mostly about $5 usually when I come.
So far about 30 bucks, probably on that game alone.
Some of the players are spending between $5 and $10 a day, 300 days a year, so they spend quite a bit.
If you've always thought that these games were just for the t-shirt and sneakers set, you'd better take another look. Just down the street from the Mercantile Mart in Chicago, we talked with these older video warriors.
They're just very challenging, much better than pinball. They're more sophisticated. You have to really think about them. They're very fast. Get your aggressions out after a day at work.
It's a game with yourself, too. You're going to figure it out next time. Next time, you're going to plan to do it differently.
Well, that's true. It's you against the machine or the computer program that they put together.
It's sometimes animalistic that I'm not going to let this machine beat me. No, I'm smarter than this machine. I'll go up it one more quarter.
You can never win.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get a free game.
That's right.
All you can do is better your last score.
We used to play
games on the large computers at the university. And it was just an easy thing to think that, hey, if I brought these fun games to an amusement park setting and charged 25 cents, people would pay. The only problem was that the computers then were $8 million, and at 25 cents a throw, it didn't quite make sense. My name's Nolan Bushnell. Well, how I got involved in this crazy business was really through Atari Corporation, which I founded in 1972. Atari, of course, is probably best known for inventing Pong and other video games. But it wasn't until the microprocessors really got heavily involved into the computer games that you could do some of the interesting things that car racing and some of the other things that have more graphic credibility.
I'm Lyle Raines. I'm the Vice President of Engineering for the Coin-Operated Games Division of Atari. Microprocessors are small integrated circuits where a complete computer is put on a little piece of silicon, just about a 1/4 inch square, and packaged into a package that makes it look like a centipede. That is the heart and the brain of the game. Then we add circuitry around it to take care of special functions like the video generation, the audio generation, looking at the controls, the player controls and inputs. What the computer does is hook all those together and determine how the game plays.
Atari, which Nolan Bushnell started on a shoestring, was bought by Warner Communications in 1976 for $28 million, making Bushnell a very rich man. He is now developing a chain of restaurants that will feature musical entertainment provided by computer-controlled robots. In the meantime, Atari has continued to turn out the most profitable games in the industry. Missile Command, Asteroids, and Asteroids Deluxe are still going strong, and this summer they introduced a new game called Centipede that has quickly become the big winner in most arcades.
The game Centipede started out as this concept: what if you had a large bug that was crawling down the screen at you, and it was a segmented bug, a centipede or whatever, and you could shoot the pieces. Would that be a fun game? And we thought about it and said, yeah, that's worth trying. Put together a project team. They came up with the idea of creating an obstacle every time you shoot a segment of the centipede. That's the mushrooms grow. Every time you shoot a piece of centipede, a mushroom grows where it is. And then they added the rest of the features of the game, the ants and the scorpion and whatever. What we still don't know is what the player object is. There's something down at the bottom of the screen that moves back and forth and shoots, but nobody's really ever determined what that is. It's just there. And we gave up trying to decide what it is. The players don't seem to care, so we don't care anymore. We've estimated that in a week, the Asteroids games that we've produced take in about $10 million. That comes out to something like $500,000 or $500 million a year just for Asteroids alone.
I never was into it until one day I was walking in the store and I spotted it, and I said, wow, that's a really far out game,
Sound effects in a game